Can you see my slide? Hello. Can you see my slide?
Slides are visible, sir. Make it full screen.
Okay. I'm trying. Yes, sir. Good evening to all. Respected Chair, Professor Abhimanyu Kumar Sir, Vice Chancellor, SN Ayurveda University, respected Co-Chair, Dr. S.K. Benigol Sir, former Executive Committee Member and Principal, Sanjeevani Ayurveda College, Hubli, respected Dr. Jain Dev Pujari, Chairman, Board of Governors, CCIM, respected Prasanna Rao Sir, Principal, SDM Ayurveda College, Assam, Dr. T.G. Vinod Kumar, Member, Board of Governors, CCIM, Dr. Shalini Rai, All India Ayurveda Institute, the coordinator of this session, Dr. Aishwarya, and the delegates who are watching virtually from all over the world in this session. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity for presenting in this important session of Ayurveda education. Today I am trying to present only one point before this summit. Need of super specialty centers and courses for the development of the core strength areas of Ayurveda. Actually, we are all sitting in the mid of the great pandemic situation. That's why we are all meeting virtually here. I think in the last GAF, Venigol sir was there with us in the education summit. And this pandemic situation gives a lot of lessons, a lot of experience to Ayurvedic community. The total concept on health is changed now. The concept of immunity also changed. The role of food and is very well discussed, and the role of regimens all over the world accepted. However, Shamana therapies, the 7 types of Shamana modalities are well accepted all over the world. From the beginning itself in India, Ayurveda is considered as a part of the COVID fighting system, even through overcome the strong oppositions from our conventional medicine. A special thanks to our Prime Minister for introducing Ayurveda in the earlier part as a prevention and mitigation and convalescence, or we are accepted the Ayurvedic contributions. Now the health concept is changed, that my health is my responsibility, that is changed in this situation. In this situation, we are discussing about how we have to move forward in the field of education. When we look into the current focus on education, first focus we are focusing in today. Also, we have discussed about the degree education. Always we are discussing about degree education. Many changes are happening in the education of degree level. Curriculum frequently changing and syllabus are frequently changing. After each changes, the burden in the syllabus is increasing. That is what we are witnessing. It extremely affects the quality of the education and the confidence level of our graduate, that already mentioned by our Honorable Chairman CCIM. The students are not confident after coming back from the college. That is the main issue we are facing in it. Also, it gives these frequent changes of curriculum and syllabus gives burden to the university. They have to run different schemes at a time. So it also gives more burden to the universities, and also for improving faculty. They are coping up with the new syllabus. When they changes to the new syllabus, another change comes. That is happening in there. In the PG level, lesser reforms are happening, and I think we are more concentrating on the UG level. So, in the PG level, not that much reforms are happening in. Our PG courses are intended to produce teachers and researchers. Actually, according to my observation, we are not focusing on the specialty development. We are only focusing on the research and the teaching level education. In the PhD, it is only a doctoral study. We are not focusing on specialty. It is purely a research purpose. We are doing the PhD works. And for the PhD, we don't have any regulation from the council. That is the current situation. So it is free to do the PhD from any university. Some universities are recognized, some universities are not recognized nationally. That issues are there. And already we have discussed this this portion. Our education is meant for the producing efficient teachers and efficient research scholars and competent physicians, surgeons, and to be able to contribute its role in the medical health and service. These are the objectives. But when we analyzing these objectives, we are not concentrating all these objectives. For a competent physicians, already our CCM president mentioned that the graduates coming from the colleges are not confident to handle Ayurveda as a profession. That is current situation we are all discussing about. But after the PG course and all, we are able to make efficient teachers and research scholars. We don't have that much opportunities in research, but our PG courses are focusing. And the reality is already said by the P.N. Rao sir, it is examination centers. And the main point is different national policies are coming. Now also we have a very good national health policy. This national health policy gives a lot of opportunities and responsibilities to Ayurvedic physicians. But our education not following these goals. Accordingly, we are not training our graduates. That is the main point. We are not able to take up the public health activities assigned to us by the policy. That is one part we are missing it. Another issue is we are not following the professional goals. While practicing as a practitioner, an Ayurvedic practitioner faces a lot of issues. To address these issues, we are not that much keen in training our graduates or postgraduates to address the practice issues in the field. And also, a lot of limitations we are facing. We are lack of the lot of medicines in the common practice, lack of analgesic, lack of antibiotics, some sort of antibiotics, just like modern medicine is not available. So the main problem is a lot of researches happening in our country, but that research does not reflect on the day-to-day practice. That is the main problem we are facing in another area. A lot of research papers are publishing every year, but that research activity is not reflecting on the day-to-day practice, not enriching the practice of the doctors. Another issue. And we are also facing a lot of threats. The main threat we are facing is some of the areas, Ashtanga areas, are already taken away from us. This time, the government, central government, came with an regulation. Already, surgery and gynecology took away from Ayurvedic practice with the help of 1916 Medical Degrees Act. We can see that even before the 1916, the surgery included courses are prevalent in India, but the kind of thing happening is by law they are preventing the practice of surgery and gynecology. But fortunately, the central government came with a new regulation. Today, a case came in the Supreme Court to stay that operation of the new regulation. But fortunately, we are able to stop that stay in the Supreme Court. We jointly filed a caveat and all these things in the Supreme Court. That is on development. And another point is widespread campaigning against Ayurveda to expel from the field of its competence is happening. In Kerala also, many campaign like is happening there. People are prevented openly campaigning against Ayurveda not to take uh, pre prenatal or antenatal care from Ayurveda or postnatal care from Ayurveda. That kind of campaigning are happening. happening in Kerala. All over the world, campaigning of heavy metal contamination is there to expel Ayurveda from the field of its core competence. So the operational field of Ayurveda is declining day by day. That is that we are facing currently, because it is a competition area of health industry. So the conventional medicine is trying to catch up the areas of other systems operational field. That is the main issue we are facing. That threat we have to address it. So we need a focus shift in these circumstances. We need to develop our strength areas, and also we need to utilize the new opportunities. Just like in the COVID pandemic, we are we tried to develop our own strength areas in this pandemic situation. So accordingly, we have to plan the education development and all. We have a core strength in handling the rheumatic disorders. We know 29% of the population in the total rheumatic complaint population is having osteoarthritis. Also, rheumatoid arthritis. These issues are very common in the society. Ayurveda has its own strength in managing these rheumatic disorders. When a patient asks who is the rheumatologist in Ayurveda, we show our Kaya but all Kaya are not competent to handle these issues. That we are facing. And also post-drug management and Parkinson's and dementia, we have our own strength, but we have to move forward because the science is developing day by day. Acquiring knowledge is very essential for it. So this kind of new knowledge we have to acquire. All knowledge cannot be put inside one course. So we need specialty courses in it. Other areas, diabetes in Kerala also the major morbidity issue is one is diabetes, second is hypertension. So these cases we have to handle in the future. So accordingly, we have to train our graduates and postgraduates. So accordingly, we have to plan our education. And liver disorders and acid peptic disorders, we have strength in the management. Also in the urinary disorders, we have our own strength in managing ascites and also the urinary calculate. All these things we have our own strength. Marmachiksa is our core strength area in sports medicine and fracture management, correcting dislocation. All these things, physical medicine, we have to develop our Marmachiksa as a core competent area. Dermatology, of course, was our area, but now we are slowly becoming out of this management. It's also we have need to be addressed. Infertility management, of course, in Kerala, it is slowly we are acquiring more prominent in this management of infertility. As rightly said, our reproductive medicine have to be developed. Accordingly, we have to plan our courses. And the heart disease, the heart disease cases are increasing, especially in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The cases are very more in the heart disease. So, accordingly, we have to plan. Cancer is then another area. We have very good cancer management physicians, but very few are. Sir Deshmukh sir, or CCI member was there in the cancer management. Dr. Sagadevan in Kerala, Dr. Sushila in Kerala, Dr. Mumbai, Dr. I forgot his name. These two, three doctors are handling very well in cancer, but we don't have that kind of physicians all over India. That area we have to need to be addressed. And developmental disorders, autism, AHD, dyslexia, these kind of issues are the other area we have our own strengths. So these areas we have to develop accordingly, but in our present curriculum and this kind of studies are not concentrating. That is why I think we have our own specialist in this area, but these specialty practices are person-centered now. It will not move our science forward. That is the main issue. So we need specialty courses. Actually, there was a proposal earlier to start some of the specialty courses in rheumatology and neurology, endocrinology, cardiology, like that. There was a proposal, but we couldn't move forward. But I think we have this is time to move forward for proposing these kind of courses, DM courses. Otherwise, we can have our own this nomenclature as DM Vata Roga or DM Udar Roga or DM Hridroga, like that. We can plan. Uh, Also, we have to develop super specialty hospitals in the country. Here in Calicut, we have a child and adolescent development center in Kozhikode where autism, ADHD, learning disabilities, cerebral palsy, all these kind of issues are handling here. In this center, all the specialists, Panchakarma specialists, Kaya Chikitsa specialists, Manasika Roga specialists, and other uh, uh, specialists from the other systems like the physiotherapists, the occupational therapists, the speech therapists, all the uh, specialists and all the supportive therapists are included in this specialty hospital where we can produce very good result. If you send a patient to a speech therapist or a physiotherapist or an occupational therapist, this will not they will not give good result. Under the Ayurvedic treatment, if we are concentrating giving all these support, we can give good result. Accordingly, we can develop all the specialties in rheumatology or neurology, that like that type of specialty centers we can start. That is one model is the child and adolescent development center for Calicut. That kind of centers we can develop. In these centers, we can start DNB courses, national board. Actually, this concept is not there. We have only an RAV in the center, but we have to start another center under Ayush department for giving these DNB certifications equivalent to the PG course. There we can select good hospitals, good institutions like Ayurvedic Shala or good teaching institutions also. We can select, and these are the few titles already there: family medicine, adolescent medicine, field of epidemiology, general medicine, metrology, maternal and childhood. These are some titles available right now, but according to our need, we can give the nomenclature. Also, we can start the DRNB courses equivalent to the DM post super specialty courses. We can start under these institutions. This institution need not be a teaching institution. An institution giving high standard can start this. Even teaching institutions can also start these courses, and also the FNB courses equivalent to the post-diploma courses. Right now, we can see reproductive medicine, sports medicine, pediatric oncology. These kind of titles are there. So these titles will improve the specialty awareness among the people, and many people are coming to Ayurvedic doctors, Ayurvedic hospitals, and asking for the specialty doctor, but we don't have that kind of division in our system. So this kind of thinking is to be promoted. I think on point, actually, we have 16 discipline post-diploma courses already we have, but we are not propagating it. The council or the Ayush department not that much propagating it. But for the medical officers, these specialties enough. They don't have to go for the PG courses. PG courses is actually for the teaching and these research purpose. But post diploma course is enough for these specialty practices. So we need to propagate the ortho, DCH AY, DGO AY, skin and BD. The name is assembling to the allopathy courses, but we can stick on our own specialty and develop our specialty in the common practice. So this kind of approach we need to be developed. We are only concentrating now on changing the degree level education and little bit in the postgraduate education. But the specialty level development we are not concentrated. That is my point. And at least we have to bring back Ashtangas to its glory. That is my request. Because many Ashtangas, two, three Ashtangas are left out. We don't have gerontology courses. We don't have reproductive medicine. It is introduced centuries back. Recently only the geriatric medicine started in the modern medicine. So we have to bring back the glory of the Ashtangas and the branches, other branches also. That is my point. Once again, I thank to the organizers for giving me this opportunity of presenting my views in this educated seminar. Thank you. Thank you all.